Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and the whole house is asleep right now. So, actually I don't miss Saturday. I don't really mind if I accidentally wake the 12-year-old up. He can be mad at me. He stays mad at me anyway. Okay. AI chip maker Cerebras is said to plan IPO as soon as October. Silicon Valley company has added Barclays to IPO bank lineup. Cerebras Systems filed confidentially with the US SEC for listing. And that's all I have, because I don't subscribe to Bloomberg or any of these rags like the New York Times. But I did want to tell you that my sponsor Link2 does have Cerebras on the platform. And if you remember, they are the creators of the largest AI chip on the planet, is my understanding. Okay, go check that out. Now, Dark Defender has showed up. We've had a pullback. I did buy some XRP in the pullback. He says XRP closed July with a powerful bullish candle signaling a thrilling end to 2024, maintaining above 52 cents. The critical last Fibonacci support line is essential for continued momentum. The 66 cents level posed a formidable Fibonacci resistance, but the tight gap between support and resistance hints at an impending explosive breakout. Ripple and XRP are poised to be key catalysts in crypto, potentially offering a lifeline to the struggling financial system. The countdown has begun. Buckle up for the ride. I agree. Now, here's Donald Trump talking about Bitcoin as a way to solve the national debt problem.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our 35 trillion.
And while you're listening to this, I want you to ask yourself, what have we been talking about on this channel for over 5 or 6 years? Really, I mean, the idea that crypto was created to solve this problem.
Dollars, hand him a little crypto check, right? We'll hand him a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to?
Now, as you listen to all this Bitcoin stuff, I know all the Bitcoin people are getting giddy. You have to remember something. The most important part of well, I'll show you at the end of this video, but Bitcoin represents the least important part of the change that is going to come with blockchain, which is the store of value aspect. Yeah, that's great, and that's going to be great for XRP too, but it's the least of what's important. It's almost like the store of value. You can do that with any beta coin or prototype coin. All of them can do that part of things, store value. The important part of this whole game is the transfer change that's going to change the system, is the speed of the transfer of money and the tokenization of assets and all of that, none of which Bitcoin is good for. So people, look, right now, this Bitcoin, what they're doing is the same thing that Bitcoin's always been about, herding you in, okay? Watch the rest of what he said. These people are not dumb. They know which technologies have more value, and it's not Bitcoin just because it was created first. They know it was a prototype.
Be more prominent in America. How will that work?
Oh, it's going to work easily. It's already prominent. It's moving along. It's very loosely regulated. That's one of the reasons it's moving along, but it is a different form of a currency, and it's going to...
And the other part of this you can't underestimate. This is why ETHgate was so important and is so important. The only reason that Bitcoin and Ethereum have gotten a larger market share is because of the regulatory capture that occurred during ETHgate. If that doesn't happen, they're not leading the way. Remember, Ripple, XRP led the way in 2017 before all the regulatory capture and all the stuff started. The free market will put it in the same place when this story is over, in my opinion.
Benefiting the country. But if we shut it down, like, Biden's trying to shut it down, Biden doesn't have the intellect to shut it down. Can you imagine this guy's telling you to shut something down like that? He has no idea what the hell it is. But if we don't embrace it, it's going to be embraced by other people. It's a massive thing already. Did you read where it's bigger than any company in the world already? I mean, if you look at the market, it's bigger than many countries. It's a very big thing. If we're not going to be the leader, we have the people that are the leaders. I know some of them. They're very smart. And if we don't embrace it, other countries are going to embrace it. Other countries will anyway. But we can be the leader, and we might as well be the leader.
Okay. And then we've got, this is Cynthia Lummis talking about what a game changer it will be if Trump is elected.
Trump, has said a lot of pro-Bitcoin things. What would a potential Trump presidency do for Bitcoin and maybe potentially the announcement you guys are going to make?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a game changer for this country. I think he will appoint people to the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, the Office of Comptroller of the Currency, the SEC, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the FDIC, all of those alphabet soup agencies that have business in the digital asset space and Bitcoin in particular, just in a knot. People want to comply with the law, but if you don't know what the law is, you're stabbing in the dark at trying to hit the compliance target. And now the SEC in particular decides they're going to slap people with fines and enforcement actions without ever actually telling them what the rules of the road were. And that's got to stop. That's no way to innovate. President Trump is a pro-business innovator, and he is going to demand that his agency heads take their agencies in that direction. Do not stifle innovation with regulation. Furthermore, I think he's going to help shape legislation that can last far into the future, that will lay that opportunity framework for innovation. Yes, we want to protect consumers. Yes, we want adequate disclosures so consumers can make wise investment decisions for themselves. But we don't want to regulate in a way that limits innovation. This has been the most innovative country in the world. Ever.
I agree with all that, but I hope that music's not copyrighted. Now, Looney Tune Max Kaiser, he's calling for a $100 million Bitcoin.
I've always said that Bitcoin...
There are no limits to what these people will say. Now, look, if they allow Bitcoin to live past its prototype beta stage, then I believe that it could go very far. The one thing that they're not counting on, and they're discounting, is the competition that Bitcoin's never had any regulatory competition. Ripple is still has a lawsuit hanging over its head, even though it's got legal regulatory clarity. The market, I'm assuming, still feels like that lawsuit hanging over its head until it's officially over. Bitcoin has had no competition because they all waved a magic wand. Bitcoin didn't get a lawsuit. It didn't, and they all have lied about knowing who Satoshi is. So Bitcoin has had this environment where more money flowed into it because it was given free regulatory clarity. Even though they're lying about the 4 Satoshis, the government knows damn well exactly who it is, and they know that if the Satoshis were ever known, then Bitcoin could have a lawsuit. That's why they've hidden them. They can call it a commodity, and all of the people in the government that knew about the 4 Satoshis will not be considered insider traders because it's designated a commodity because they said so, right? That's how they all stay out of trouble, and they all get to make a bunch of money off of the rise of Bitcoin, even though they had information the rest of us didn't.
Has no top because fiat money has no bottom, right? There's no backing for fiat money. It's just paper. And I think a couple of things we're going to see happening. Number one, people will no longer accept fiat money for Bitcoin. So you're going to try to buy Bitcoin with your fiat money, and no one will take your fiat money. No one will take dollars at all. So that will be a moment of panic. They'll be like, oh, what? It's like, no. Here's $1 million, here's $10 million.
Okay, anyway, you get the picture. Caitlin Long says, you know, all these people are like, oh yeah, we're going to vote for Kamala because she said they said they want to do a crypto reset. Well, here's reality. This is from Caitlin Long. Wow, Lael Brainerd will attend Ro Khanna's meeting. This is the guy that did the crypto meeting where he's trying to get all the Democrats together and change their tune. She says, don't forget, she's part of Operation Choke Point 2.0. She voted against Custodia Bank at the Fed January 2023 before leaving her position in the Biden White House. Warren okayed it. Eyes wide open, folks. Actions, not words. And then Cameron Winklevoss makes a great point. Feels like Gary Gensler crawled under a rock, missing his CNBC propaganda segments promoting the war on crypto. Why are you ghosting us, Gary? And then Ripple came out with its Q2 24 XRP markets report. Monica Long said this about it: updates in Q2, namely progress with the XRPL EVM sidechain and Axler for interoperability. Archx expected to bring hundreds of millions of dollars of tokenization real-world assets onto the XRP ledger and prep for future oracles and MPT. Releases are making me very excited about what's coming in Q3 and Q4. And then Anders L. had put this out. Total XRP held by Ripple, escrow plus XRP holdings, is now down to around 44% of the total. So it's come down some. Now, I'm going to take you out with this video because I know that everybody's distracted with Bitcoin right now, and that's okay. I own at least 1.5 Bitcoin myself. Don't worry. But Bitcoin is not what's going to change the world of finance. It's going to be the technological advances, the technological cryptos that actually do things and actually have utility. That part is not going to be Bitcoin. Watch this. This is adults. This guy right here is Glenn Hutchins from the Federal Reserve. This is an older video that we used to play maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You'll understand the big picture if you watch this.
Gotten into that, but we've just seen a huge meltdown over the past 12, 15 months. Are you still a believer?
So if we'd been sitting here together in 2002, we probably were. You would have asked me, the internet. We've just seen this huge meltdown in the last 12 to 15 months. Are you still believing? Right? Yep. And so the answer is yes. Now the digital currency solution is the most important technological advance I've seen since the internet. It has the capacity to do lots more, but it certainly has the capacity to enable us to move anything of value around the world at the speed of light at no cost. It has 3 components. It has a token of value, which is called the Bitcoin. It has a accounting mechanism, which is called the blockchain. But the most important piece, which is one that people aren't focusing on, is the protocol. The underlying protocol by which we agree to conduct these transactions. So you use a series of protocols every day, and you don't even think about it. You don't think about the internet protocol. You don't think about the simple mail technology protocol. You don't think about the file transfer protocol. You don't think about the high text translation protocol. I go through it, right? You just make use of the technology, and the protocols make it work. The people who really understand what's going on with digital currencies understand that putting these protocols in place, the blockchain protocol, the Ethereum protocol, the Ripple protocol, the Ripple protocol, the Ripple protocol, and then enabling those protocols to cause transactions to occur.
To cause transactions to occur. You know, the one thing that Bitcoin is not good at.
And then those transactions can be defined very broadly as not just moving things of value, but anything that's got an information content.
Right. So the most important part is moving things of value, okay? As in internet of value. tokenized value, that's the most important part. Remember, all Bitcoin's got is store of value, because that had to be the narrative. That's how you get the herds in, store of value, and what price go up and all that. But what he said was that all the people that are really in the know, they know that this is the important part, because when this is turned on, this is when the real money comes in, not the Mickey Mouse money you've seen come in for Bitcoin.
Is extraordinarily transformative. The focus on the value of the token.
In other words, they've intentionally had you focused on, look at this fool's gold here, look at the value. And again, I'm not saying that Bitcoin's not going to be, that they're not going to allow it to stay around. I do mean allow. I'm not saying they're not, and I'm not saying it's not going to go up in value. I'm saying that is not where the destination for all the real money ever was. And that is not. And when this story's done being written, I will be right about that. It cannot be. And the reason it cannot be is because you can't build anything on Bitcoin. These others are designed to be able to do things like tokenize assets. And that liquidity is going to be sitting closest to things like XRP, because that's where those are the ledgers where it's going to be built. This isn't hard to figure out.
Distracting.
Let's play that little part again.
The token.
He says, this focus on the value.
Information content is extraordinarily transformative. The focus on the value of the token.
On the store of value, that's the distraction.
Is distracting.
Okay. Whistleblowers. The Secret Service has a big problem on its hands now, because now whistleblowers are coming out of the woodwork. I've been asking on this channel for 6 years now, where are the good guys? We're seeing all the liars and the evil and the people that have done all kinds of criminality and never paid for it. We've seen all this stuff. And I've asked myself, where are the good guys? The good guys have to be operating somewhere. Well, apparently some of the good guys have, and we know that these agencies have all been corrupted, but that's at the top. That doesn't mean that everybody in that organization is bad guys. But what we've needed, just like we needed from the SEC, we needed the supposed good guys like Hester Pierce to blow the whistle, and they never did. We need people in every one of these agencies to blow the whistle. And now some of the Secret Service good guys are showing up to the party, and that's what I'm going to show in DAI XRP. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family, away we go.